it was one of those deals where I think it's really going to sink in on April 8th when we get to sport our ring. So.
Yeah, from what I understand, Brian, part of this whole weekend for you guys is true or false. You've all been formally fitted for your World Series rings now. Did that happen?
We were fitted yesterday.
And Brian, for the rest of your off season, we saw your recent appearance on the George Lopez show. If you didn't look it up on YouTube, it's very good. But outside of the Lopez interview, what have you been doing with yourself during the off season?
I've just been training. Usually I'm taking the month of October off, but this year we decided to win a World Series. We nailed that down. Like Freddy said, it hasn't sunk in. I mean, I've worked my whole life to be part of a unit that we have, and I don't think all the money in the world could get a better group of guys together. And I'm not just saying that because of my teammates. Every single one of us have been doing this since we were 3 years old, and the ultimate goal was to bring home a ring, and not just a ring for selfish reasons. We all wanted to see each other do well, and that's what's so unique about our team. And the front office did a great job of bringing back the core group that we need, and you know, this is just one of many.
Silly question before we throw it out there. Tim, I saw you laugh when Paulie mentioned the George Lopez show. What did Freddie and Tim think of the Captain Ahab, Captain and Tennille performance by Brian Wilson?
Personally, I thought it was probably one of the more funnier shows I've ever seen. I mean, it should have been called the Brian Wilson Show, not the George Lopez Show. Also, I think my favorite part was when they did the banana thing. It shows how skillful he is with a banana.
Freddie, you've been on the George Lopez show. We saw you on the George Lopez show, so you played it a little straighter than your compadre there. What'd you think of Brian?
I can't match what Weeze does, so I'm more low-key. I try to, you know, I've been on George Lopez. I've been a huge fan of George Lopez for my whole life. Watch all of his shows and his stand-up, and to be able to get on his show was awesome. He's just such a great guy. And after Weeze went on there, I texted George. I said, George, what do you think about Wilson now? He goes, I effing love that guy. So I think, you know, everyone loves Weeze. Put on a great show. Watching him was just so much fun, and you know, with him doing what he does and off the field, and he's just as good on the field. There's no one else we want closing out the games, and you know, he's just a fun guy, and watching him on that show was great.
Very good stuff. Okay, our interns are out there with microphones. Paulie, do you have one near you?
Yeah, we're going to start over here, guys. So if you have a question,
yeah, raise your
of the gentlemen.
Have a question
right here, guys.
Get it right here.
Why are you doing SNL?
But the question is, are you going to do Saturday Night Live?
I don't think they have a spot for me. I would love to do it, and the only reason why I would do it is because of you guys. Anytime I do anything crazy on TV, it's just to let you guys in on any personality that us ball players have. You know, I try to show that we're not just robots. Wake up, perform. You know, we appreciate what you do and come out to the field, so it's our little give back to be a little quirky or do something fun.
Okay, how many microphones do we have out there, by the way? Just one. We need to get one over here and one over here.
He's got one right here. We've got two.
Oh, Peter, go out and work the room. Work the room.
We have another question on this side.
This young lad to the right here. Your question is to who?
To everyone. Do you think you guys are going to have more than 92 wins or less than 92 wins?
Okay, the over-under.
I think with the pitching staff that we have, the same guys that we brought back, I don't see why not we can't, you know, go close to 100 games, you know. So obviously, I like to say it's, you know, one pitch at a time and one game at a time, and I think that's how we're going to get there.
Hey, Freddie, you're on the spot now. You have to foretell the future.
I'll take the same amount of wins as long as we get back to the World Series. You know, fortunately for us, it only took us to win 92 games, but however many it takes next year, I'm sure we'll be up for it.
Brian, you want to do the predicting game here?
It took us 161 games to wake up and nail it down the last one, so everything's just preliminary to the playoffs. So final game of the year, you know, we're going to win the final game of the year and we're going to go to the playoffs. That's what's happening.
Okay.
wins.
This young lass here, you can go ahead and say your name and your hometown if you want.
My name is Julianne. I'm from Houston, California. My question's for Brian. First of all, I love you.
Thank you.
But my question is, I want to know what's the closer what goes on in your head to prepare yourself for every opportunity you get in the game.
You said it. I can't speak for other closers, and I've been doing this for quite a while now. I mean, not as long as, you know, a lot of other people have, but the things that are going through my head is, you know, we're a strong unit, and the unique thing about our ballpark is there's no bullpen where, you know, us guys have to go out there and fend for ourselves. We're in the dugout, so we're paying attention to the whole game. And a lot of the pitchers are a lot more smart because we have to focus on the game. We know which situation we're going to come in. We know which guy we're going to face. We can tell whether or not the starter's going to go an extra inning, and we kind of pump each other up. Right around the 7th inning, I'm getting loose down underneath the cage, and I'm getting mentally prepared as much as I can. I'd be lying if I didn't say there were, you know, some negative thoughts that go through my head. But when I walk out to the bullpen, the only thought in my mind is, okay, the starter just did a great job. He probably went 6, 7, 8 strong innings. The guys ahead of me did their job. All I have to do is go out and get 3 outs. As simple as that sounds, it gets difficult. And then when I'm on the mound, wow, there's 1,000 thoughts going on per second. I mean, sometimes I don't even know where I am. I have to step back and just say, okay, you're on the mound pitching. Let's just do this. Bochy's pacing. You've got a guy on first and second, no outs. It's time to step up your game. And then when we nail it down, we just go in the clubhouse, get a little wild, and then prepare for the next game.
There you go. Formula for success. A young lady to the right here has the microphone. Your name and where you're from?
Hello. My name is Maya. I'm from Fremont. And I have a question for all you guys. Like, what's your biggest inspiration when you're on the field?
Biggest inspiration, Tim Lincecum. You get to go first.
You know, for me, I think it's, you know, getting to come to the field every day and getting the opportunity to go out on that field. It's like, you know, it's not like it's given to us. It's, you know, we got to work for it. We know that we're a special group of guys, and a very small percentage of us that get to go out there and play professional baseball. So we take it, you know, for what it is. And you know, except for that, I think it's my dad. He's been, you know, there just pushing me from when I was a kid to, you know, making me let me make my own decisions as opposed to forcing me. So.
All right, Freddie, your biggest inspiration?
You know, I think it's just playing for our families. You know, I mean, you know, I have a wife and 2 boys now, and you know, they just inspire me every day to go out there and give everything I have. I mean, we grind it out every day. That, you know, we don't have much in the tank some days, but you know, we give everything we do have, and you know, I just want to make everyone proud. I go out there, and it might be a kid or you know, someone's first game watching me play. You know, and I was always, my college coach told me to, you know, never disrespect the game. You know, so every game if I go out there, and you know, if I don't have as much as I should, you know, I try to just push myself and give everything I have, and that inspires me, just knowing that there's people watching me, and little kids, you know, hopefully their parents are telling them, you know, we want you to play the game like him one day, you know, or watch him play. He plays with a lot of heart and passion, so that inspires me, just the young kids, my family, and coming out here and doing the best I can do.
All right, very well said. Brian, your biggest inspiration?
I play this game for a million different reasons, but there's only 3 that I would like to mention. It's the only 3 that really matter to me. First, I play for my maker. I play for God. Then, you know, like these guys, I play for my family. I play for my father. He's not here right now, but he's watching. And then I play for all you guys. You guys go through just as tough a season as we do, and you know, we appreciate everything you do. We wouldn't have, you know, a great ball club if we didn't have 50,000 raging fans wearing black and orange.
All right, guys, I think we're going to go over to this side. We've got a young gentleman over here with a question.
This is for Timmy. What would you rather have more? 2 back-to-back Cy Youngs, which you already have, or the World Series ring that you're going to be getting in April?
I think, I mean, Albert Pujols said it best. He's like, he's got all these accolades, these, you know, things that people have never done, but there's one thing he hasn't done, that's a World Series, and that's what he says he wants to get the most. So when I heard him say that, you know, it changed my perspective on it, and obviously that's the one thing that matters the most, is that World Series ring.
There it is. Good question. We want to thank, by the way, Amici's for sponsoring the Amici's Q&A stage. Amici's, Paula, you know Amici's.
Check them out at Amici's.com.
East Coast Pizzeria. They're very, very good. All right, who's next? On the right side of the room, we're going, oh, right. Who has the mic? Oh, yeah.
It's only appropriate.
One of the great Giants fans of them all, SF Giants girl. Lauren, what's your question?
Hi, I'm Lauren from San Francisco, and I have a question for all three of you. What is your typical off-season workout schedule like, and how did it have to change since obviously your off-season was shortened a little?
Good question. Again, Tim Lincecum in the one hole. What do you got?
You know, for me, I think it goes back to that terrible August that I went through and made you guys endure as well. But, man, that's kind of when I changed it up. I mean, I started emphasizing on the legs a little bit more. Obviously, I don't have the biggest ones, but I try to do the best I can with them. And, you know, Dave Rigetti says your legs get you through this season. And so hearing that from your pitching coach definitely makes you want to push harder at that. And, yeah.
And Freddie, your off-season regimen and how it changed playing till November 1st.
You know, for me, unfortunately, the last 2 years I've had surgeries and I've had to deal with injuries. And, you know, it's tough. You can't get prepared the way that I normally like to. You know, I'm going to a facility, whether it's Athletes Performance in Arizona, or I'm always trying to be around guys that are going to push me. And, you know, I haven't been able to do that the last 2 years. So, you know, for me, obviously it was a short off season, rehab, just like last year. But at least this year, I'm way ahead of schedule. And I've been lifting I did a mini camp with you know, with a lot of the minor league guys in Arizona, and, you know, great bunch of kids, and just, you know, they pushed me, they kicked my butt. You know, those young pups kicked my butt, but it's good. So that's the main thing for me, is I've been rehabbing the last couple of years, but I'm finally now able to get stronger and get my strength back.
All right, Brian, and you've already mentioned a little bit that you had to start your workouts. Well, you can take it from there.
Game 4. Yeah, I start my workouts around November 1st each year, and luckily for me, I got to do it just before Game 4 in Texas. Workout hasn't changed at all. I have a regiment that I go through. It works. You know, I try to be in the best possible shape that I can be. I was told when I was younger, in Little League, you want to be a successful pitcher, run. So that's what I've been doing. I've logged over 700 miles this off-season. Yeah, I know. I got a little crazy. But I feel that if I'm in the best possible shape, if I mentally drain myself, pitching will be easy, and if I come into spring training raring to go, my teammates will respect me and understand hard work does pay off.
On the left side, I think, Paulie, what do you got over there?
Okay, where's this one coming from? Oh, right here.
My name's Isabel. I'm from Pleasant Hill, California. My question is for Brian Wilson. What were you thinking as you had to just, you know, strike out the last pitch, you know, to win?
Well, as you know, and always know, it was a 3-2 count, probably. I said, this is what's going to happen, Brian. You're going to grip the cutter, regardless of what Buster calls. I think he knew what was coming. I'm going to make this the best possible pitch. I'm not going to try to make it nasty, but I'm going to stay within myself. But I got comfortable, because I saw a section above home plate, way up at the top. Thousands of Giants fans screaming. Standing up in that ninth inning like they always do, I took a glance in the dugout and there was no fear. You know, as long as I know that my team has my back, regardless if I give up a homer in that situation, but that wasn't going to happen. I was thinking, San Francisco deserves this. They've worked their tail off. This final pitch is for all the legends of the game from San Francisco. They didn't have an opportunity to bring home a world championship.